Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. 𝘊𝘢𝘴𝘶𝘢𝘭
Hello, good evening to all of you joining us today. Sorry about that technical glitch and thank you for waiting. I am Syaheedah from the Singapore Art Museum and welcome to another episode of Skill Futures. Tonight we'll be tuning into a performance by Sungsil Ryu titled A Lifestyle of Casual Scamming. So this session is the seventh episode in the Skill Futures series. If you've been tuning in to the series, thank you for being with us in this visual experiment. And for those new to this series, welcome. You'll experience these glitches with us as well. And if this episode has intrigued you, please do also check Singapore Art Museum's YouTube channel, which has a dedicated playlist for this series. Before we start, I'd like to quickly introduce our host for the evening and what we'll be expecting. Tonight we have Sungsil Ryu, who uses dark humor by embodying different personas to showcase contradictions within contemporary Korean consumer culture through installation, performance, and video. Some of you may know she's also currently an artist in residence here at SAM. For her residency, Sungsil is doing comparative research of the social media ecosystems in Singapore and South Korea by exploring various online platforms and their means of circulation. Sungsil was awarded the 19th Hermes Foundation Misosang in 2021 and has presented her work in Free Seoul, the Daegu Art Museum, and the Namjoon Paik Art Center, and currently has a solo show at Cylinder Gallery in Seoul, South Korea. So for tonight's performance, titled A Lifestyle of Casual Scamming, will be set against the backdrop of Marina Bay Sands skyline, with Sungsil showcasing her promotion of her online project, Big King Airlines new engine fundraising drive, produced recently this year. Drawing inspiration from her lived experiences in South Korea as well as Singapore, the performance is a satirical commentary on societal behaviors influenced by consumer-driven lifestyle. Sungsil will delve into various aspects of these experiences, from narrating how her family's experience during the 1997 Asian financial crisis impacted her, to recounting personal experiences as both a fraud victim and perpetrator. She shares how these events ultimately contributed to her achieving economic success in her artistic career. So, very much reflective of her practice, Sungsil will be utilizing popular aesthetics commonly found in online broadcasting platforms, and in her episodic critique highlights the intricate world of self-promotion and its scam-like mechanics. So that's it from my end. And also do note that there will be no post-performance Q&A for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. I would also like to advise you, as you've just experienced, that there will be loud sounds, so feel free to adjust your volumes accordingly. There may also be unintended glitches that may arise, so just do be patient with us or embrace it if you can. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over the screen to Sungsil. Thank you and enjoy the performance.
Thank you for the introduction, Syaheedah. I'd like to give a big thanks to Syaheedah and the Singapore Art Museum for giving me this incredible opportunity. Hello everyone, and thank you all for joining today. I brought someone else to help me today because this person is better than me in many ways. I think he can't help you.
Hello. I'm Michael. I'm good at everything. And I'm better than everyone. But at the same time, I'm also your low-cost and accessible cyber assistant. I used to work in finance. But lately, I've switched things up. I quit my job and am currently living my life as an artist's assistant to take care of the stuff. It may seem like my life is now subpar, but I am happy at least. Now, let's dive right into it. Allow me to introduce the artist's performance. What is the artist doing right now? Wow, she is currently connecting her phone to her laptop. With just one set of smartphone and a laptop, She's about to deliver an amazing performance. Any guesses on what she will be presenting to all of you? It's about this beautiful place where she and I worship. We are at Infinity Pool, located on the 57th floor of MBS in Singapore. This place, located at Marina Bay, is not only a 5-star hotel and a landmark, but also a powerful metaphor for capitalism itself. I'm a smart Michael. So on her behalf, allow me to explain how symbolic this place is with 4 logical points. It's a natural human instinct to get genuinely excited when we encounter such massive and enormous structures. Looking down on the world and the people gives some feeling of supremacy. From the front side of the MBS pool, you can see a scenery filled with global financial and investment buildings. I still think it's suspicious about the way financial companies make profits. But aren't those people with dubious-looking faces more attractive than the rest? Looking at those buildings, I wonder where all that money came from to build them up. The other side of this pool makes this place even more interesting. Here, you'll encounter an entirely different view. A scenery filled with cargo ships arriving and departing. Ships are arriving and departing before your eyes, showing Singapore's status as a bustling global trade hub. These different perspectives from both sides gives an impression almost like a metaphorical representation of the flow of money, where it originates and where it ultimately ends up. Lastly, as you look around while standing in the middle of this scenery, you can see tourists floating happily on the water. Pop quiz. Is there a risk of dying from falling from the infinity pool while swimming? The answer is no. As you swim toward the end of the pool, you'll simply reach the wall. The infinity edge is purely a visual effect, and you will be completely safe. If you mention the Building Act, it's important to note that it is quite conservative and strict in its rules to prevent any deaths. But what about construction sites? In a physical sense, construction sites inherently pose many risks of fatal accidents for workers. Falling, entrapment, crushing, cutting, all these gruesome possibilities of death cannot be discounted. Here's a bit of an off-track story. Apparently, they say the construction business could easily induce clients to commit suicide as it involves other people's money, like a debt. You can start repaying the debt only after the construction is completed and revenue starts coming in. However, If there is a delay in completion, there is no choice but to do the same for the repayment. This is why construction clients can be quite neurotic about the delays. But if you think about it, in the business world, everything is volatile. There are many factors that affect the construction timeline, but one particularly troublesome one is a fatal incident at the site. In Korea, when a worker dies during construction, the work will be paused for a long time before it resumes. This is because the government would have to investigate the accident and also implement measures to prevent its recurrence. Socially, various interest groups have different points of view on worker fatalities, but we don't really have time to think about all those when this hotel is earning more than $800 per night for each room. It's the same for the construction clients. There comes the debt repayment date, even before feeling empathy for the workers. Pop quiz number 2. Does MBS make the most profit out of the hotel business? The answer is no. While the hotel is crowded with guests paying almost $1,000 per night, you have to bear in mind that the real cash cow of this hotel is its casino customers. This morning, she won $200 with a complimentary ticket she received from the casino. She has never been to a casino in her life. Yet she managed to win $200 with a single click on a slot machine. We call it beginner's luck. With her winnings, she had a lavish dinner earlier. She might have earned an additional $500 if she had made one more click, potentially hitting the jackpot. Nobody knows. Now she is constantly daydreaming about what would have happened if she had pressed the slot button just one more time. Ever since leaving the casino, she has been constantly spinning the slots in her mind. This, my dear audience, is what we refer to as the seed of addiction. Gambling, business, and fraud seem to share some similarities. Promising a prosperous future, which does not exist yet, with rewards for waiting and captivating investors through these promises. This may seem like a scam at first glance, but on the other hand, it can also be found in a healthy business relationship and even in a romantic relationship. Life is painful, but games are always fun. I often suggest to those struggling in pain, what if we view life as a match? In this match, the scammed individuals will be considered losers. In fact, it's easy not to be scammed. All you need to do is keep these 4 fundamental morals in mind. 1. Nothing is free. 2. It's rare to be the only one approached with fantastic opportunity. 3. One demanding a hasty decision will have some hidden agenda. And the most important number 4.
The most important number 4. What really matters is their actions, not their words. If I were to give an example to this last one, trust in financial relationships is proven through contracts, not words. However, that white guy was talking total rubbish. If I follow his logic, fraud and business are like opposite sides of the same coin. It's according to a plan, it is a business, but if it fails, it is a fraud. If you think that the fraud you are describing is the same as a legal definition of fraud, then everything becomes fraud. However, to be accused of fraud, you need to prove the scammer's clear intention to take advantage of the victim. But I, as a good-hearted person, know that no one in the world has the intention to scam anyone else. May I use this interlude to introduce myself? If you search my name on the internet, this is what comes up a lot. This is because I am a somewhat famous businessman in Korea. But I also like art. This is the airplane I have. So artistic, right? But recently this beautiful plane's engine broke down, so I held a fundraising exhibition like this last month. Of course, there is no need to regret not being able to see it. This is because the exhibition is still ongoing online. You can also buy my work for cheap here. What do you get if you buy this? Within 5 years, you will receive a first-class ticket on this plane. Curious about the website address? Sorry, but I can't tell that to anyone. Because no matter how much I say, people think I'm a fraud. But the human, I cannot tell lies. Can you see my luminous eyes? People say I have luminous eyes like a deep well. My eyes speak as eloquently as my tongue, just like this. People say I have luminous eyes like a deep well. I'm a sentimental man who loves art, but those who picture me in their imaginations often paint me as a monster. However, for those who have glimpsed my eyes even once, will be rewarded, 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 will be rewarded.